Saying goodbyes?
Saying hello.
You think your wife can hear you?
No.
Then why bother?
Maybe I'm wrong.
You're going to die.
Maybe not.
Goodbye to you, my trusted friend.
A new day is dawning. New ideas, new rules, new management.
We've known each other since we were 9 or 10.
Who is this?
The Marquis de Gramont. Challenge him to single combat. Win or lose, it's a way out.
I don't sit at the table.
Your family does.
Please pray for me. I was the black sheep of the family.
Man has to look his best when it's time to get married. Or buried.
I'm going to need a gun.
Goodbye, my friend, it's hard to die.
If you win, the table will honor its word. You will have your freedom.
It's hard to die.
Under the old laws, only one can survive. Failure to meet at sunrise
It's hard to die.
will result in execution.
Last words, Winston?
Just have fun out there.
I want you to find your peace. But a good death only comes after a good life. You and I left a good life behind a long time ago, my friend.
It's hard to die.
Have you given any thought to where this ends? The table will never stop. You know this. No one, not even you, can kill everyone.
Ready, John?
Yeah.
The John Wick series is known for its cool and deadly characters, so what can we look forward to in John Wick Chapter 4? Let's take a moment to talk about the cast of the film, and the old as well as the new characters. First and foremost, of course, there is Jonathan John Wick himself. Arguably the world's most popular killer, continues to be played by one of the world's most popular actors, that being Keanu Reeves. There is nothing but love for the friendly neighborhood assassin, as he did not start the bloodshed himself, but merely took revenge for his sweet dog. And let's be honest, who among us wouldn't do the same for their four-legged friend? So far, he's killed no less than 306 people in the first 3 movies, leaving most of the other killers far behind. Well, maybe with the exception of Marvel's Thanos. But our anti-hero has of course not survived entirely unscathed. Be it shot, stabbed in the stomach, injured by bottles, or thrown out of a building. In the end, he always managed to stand up again, fix his always well-fitted suit, and look for his next target. As John's first ex-companion, we have to deal with Winston, played by Ian McShane. The latter turned on him at the end of Chapter 3 and shot him several times until he fell off the Continental. This brought the Continental back to its old status, and Winston back to his old job. Whether he intended to kill him or was aware that he would survive it is not really clear at the end, but after the adjudicator leaves, Winston seems to be smiling and says, "Baba Yaga." This suggests that he may know exactly what happened to John, who just barely survived the fall and was taken to the Bowery King. And this is who we will deal with next. The Bowery King is played by Laurence Fishburne, which surely put some smiles on the faces of many Matrix fans back then, seeing Neo and Morpheus face each other again after such a long time in a completely different world. His real name is not known and may remain a secret forever. The Bowery King compares John's injuries to his own and asks him whether he is angry with the High Table. After John answers in the affirmative, he reveals that he will wage a war against the High Table for wrongfully punishing him and killing his men. John makes it clear that he intends to join his war, and thus the groundwork for Chapter 4 is laid. A little side fact: the name Bowery King is an allusion to the Middle Ages. Apparently there used to be beggar kings who got information from vagrants and homeless people and sold it on, similar to what Lord Varys did in Game of Thrones. Finally, of course, we can't do without Lance Reddick as Charon. He is the concierge of the hotel and Winston's right-hand man. He takes care of all kinds of tasks in the hotel and also offers John all sorts of services. For example, taking care of his dog or shooting people down if he has to. In each part, there were also all sorts of new bounty hunters who were out to get John. This is, of course, also the case in John Wick 4. Thereby, we will also see some faces, which we know from other martial arts movies. Let's start with the lesser-known names. First, we have Rina Sawayama in the role of Akira. Sawayama is mostly known for being a singer and a model. She has made the occasional appearance on late-night shows. However, John Wick 4 will be her very first film. Then, Scott Adkins is best known from many second-tier action movies and will play a character named Killa here. The British actor and martial artist works not only as an actor, but also as a stuntman. Since 1998, he has participated in about 60 productions. The most famous among them should be The Expendables 2, Doctor Strange, and Ip Man 4. As the third newcomer, we have Shamir Anderson, called Tracker in the film. The 31-year-old has been acting in rather small productions for 10 years. Therefore, the film may also serve as a stepping stone for him. Another martial arts artist signed on is Marco Zaror in the role of Chidi. In addition to his own acting roles, he has often worked as a stunt double for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. These were the four less-known faces in the movie. Now let's move on to the old hands. First, we have the young Swede, Bill Skarsgård. He will play a character called Marquise. His probably biggest role was the clown Pennywise in It, though he was also part of Marvel's Eternals. And with Hiroyuki Sanada, the filmmakers were able to secure one of the best-known Japanese actors. In John Wick Chapter 4, he will slip into the role of Shimazu. Whether it's Bullet Train, Mortal Kombat, Endgame, or The Wolverine, Sanada has appeared in all kinds of major productions over the past 20 years, either as a sidekick or as an antagonist. With Donnie Yen, the producers were able to bring in another star from the East. The Ip Man star plays a bounty hunter named Kane. Yen gained great notoriety in the past 10 years, primarily in the role of Wing Chun master Ip Man. And of course, in Rogue One, a Star Wars story, as the fighting monk Chirrut Imwe. Due to his achievements in recent years, in 2017, he was even admitted to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, the organization that annually awards the Oscars. The final well-known actress we have is Natalia Tena in the role of Katya. Most of you will know Tena for playing the Auror Nymphadora Tonks from Harry Potter. Her last major television role was in The Mandalorian in 2019. We still have one big name for you, but a role name in the film is not yet known. Clancy Brown will also be involved in the film. The 1.92-meter-tall giant became known in the role of Kurgan in Highlander from 1986. Since then, he has participated in well over 200 productions as an actor or voice actor. His last role was in the rather unknown movie Last Looks in 2021. As always, as long as the filmmakers remain silent, it is not that easy to talk about the plot. At least Keanu Reeves himself presented the first teaser trailer for the movie at the Comic-Con in San Diego. Besides a lot of action, the trailer shows John training hard for his vendetta with the Bowery King. At the end, the King of the Homeless even shows up with a fresh suit and asks John whether he's ready. Anyhow, it's clear that the two will be hunting down the High Table and its 12 bosses. From the looks of the trailer, these will include Clancy Brown and Skarsgård's character. Another interesting aspect will be the roles of Winston and Charon. Both have obviously turned against John, but whether they really still work for the High Table is unclear. After all, the latter would have sacrificed the Continental and Winston without batting an eye. It will also be particularly exciting to delve deeper into the character of the Bowery King and his empire, or rather, what is left of it. For one thing should be clear, he and John can only move in the shadows now. In the trailer, Akira, Tracker, and Shimazu seem to be on John's side, mainly because John and Shimazu fight together against Donnie Yen as Kane, who either works for or with Marquise. About the other newcomers, unfortunately, no information is known yet. Director Chad Stahelski also spoke a bit about the plot and the end of the film in an interview. He emphasized that the fourth film will definitely end on a very emotional level and will also bring some storylines to a close. This does not mean that it will be the final part, since in addition to a fifth film, a prequel is also being planned in the form of the miniseries The Continental. We hope to find out more about the plot soon. One thing is for sure though, there will surely be no lack of action. The new movie was already confirmed back in May 2019, and Chad Stahelski will once again take up his position in the director's chair. Incidentally, he was Keanu Reeves' stunt double in the first Matrix film, and was recently allowed to be beaten up by Trinity in Part 4 of the sci-fi series as the unpleasant husband, Chad. Thus, both the director and the lead actor share a friendship that has lasted for years, and we think that shows in the John Wick series. In December 2019, Reeves began gun fu training in preparation for filming both the fourth John Wick movie and Matrix Resurrections. A preview of his progress could already be seen in the trailer. There was a sequence with Donnie Yen in which the two of them showed off the combination of hand-to-hand combat and firearms. After a long period of delay, shooting them began on June 28, 2021 at Studio Babelsberg in Potsdam, as well as in Berlin and Paris. A mere 5 months later, filming was officially concluded. It is also known that a fifth part is already being worked upon. Lionsgate CEO John Feldheimer announced that the script has already been in development since August 2020. Stahelski, by the way, told The Hollywood Reporter his secret for the series' success. He claimed that John Wick simply has to be made to suffer. In the interview, he stated, "We keep finding new and interesting ways to have John Wick suffer. That's where the action comes from. Figure out how to make him suffer and then design backward. In retrospect, this is a very smart approach." Alright, that was all the latest news about the fourth part of John Wick. Which new actor are you looking forward to the most? And how do you think the whole movie will end? Let us know in the comment section. And if you liked this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. See you next time.